Hello, welcome to my channel. The main rule for the quilting is that there are no rules. You will learn, you will watch others, and you will find the methods and ways of quilting that works for you. And that's the most important thing, because you need to find what works for you to be able to enjoy the process. What you will see is my process of working with different materials and different designs, and I hope some of those tips and tricks will help you in your own journey. So today another project with the scrappy scraps, what I call it. So those are all the offcuts from snowballing different blocks. I've used some to make my cushion set and wall art and table runners, but I've still got plenty. And I did more of the blocks where I've got, trimming sides as well. So yeah, that I think is going to be ongoing project for long time. So this is my what I call a quilter's diary. So I put here all the projects I've completed, and I only actually started it last year in January. I didn't have one before, so I did try to catch up with some of the work, so I only chose my favorite one. Now, so what I've got in here and how it's organized, and all the templates I'm using and everything else, that's the story for another video which I will make, and there will be some templates, giveaways and things like that, so please watch the space. But what I would like to do, I would like to decorate this file folder to make it, a little bit more artistic. So it is just a simple file folder, that wide one here on the spine, and it was used before for my bills, but I changed how I store the bills now. To be fair, you probably don't have many bills now in papers because everything comes via email, so no need for the big folder. But yeah, I would like to make it look much better. So this is the holy grail of any crafter. If you have been doing anything else than just quilting, then you know Mod Podge very well, probably. If you do not know it, that's the best glue ever you can have for any craft. So it is non-washable, so you cannot use it for the quilting stuff. But for anything else, honestly, if you do not know Mod Podge, Google it, because you will be amazed what you can do with this. There's lots of types of the Mod Podge glue, but I like to use that matte one, that the generic one. But for this project, I will use the dishwasher one, only because I don't have enough of this one, and I don't want to buy another one because I'm not planning to do a lot of stuff with it. But I think it's not going to be enough. And because they've got different finishes, so this is a matte one and this will be a little bit glossy one, then obviously I don't want to mix them both as I go along to get the same surface everywhere. So that's the only reason I'm using this one, but honestly you can use this the generic one as well, so whatever you have. And there's smaller bottles as well, you don't have to buy the big one. They've got like a half of it as well, and that should be enough for this project. So what the plan is basically glue those bits and pieces onto the surface, and I'll be overlapping it like I did with the cushion covers and everything else. But obviously instead of gluing it to sew later, this glue will hold it, and then once it's dry I will just put another layer on top of it. It dries transparent and makes very nice finish for everything. So what I will do first is just a little bit wipe the surface of my folder just to make it clean. And because the glue is water based, you don't even have to wait for it to dry. I won't be doing the inside at this point. I might actually glue some nice paper here or something else, I don't know yet, but I only will be doing the outside of my folder. I won't be going to the very edge of it, just leave like a hair around it where the edge is, so there's a nice edge of the fabric where the edge of the file folder is, so it will give nice finish. If you want, you can do it however you want, and then maybe add a trim around it, some lace or something like, or you may have a nice ribbon to go around it as well. So again, it's you can do whatever you like with it. So make it yours. And you know, using this glue is as easy as it can be. So let me just open it, and I will take a small ball to put it on top of it. It's just going to be easier to reach with the brush. Okay, now I will be using this foam brush, but again, if you have maybe white normal brush, that will work as well. And maybe useful to have a one wet wipe somewhere handy, just if it goes somewhere where you don't want, you can quickly wipe it off. I'll be quite generous with the glue because it's really good glue, which will dry you know, transparent anyway. So yeah, let's start with that. So like I said, I would like to put that very nice cut edge on the edge of it. So I will go with the edges first, so I will make that frame. So a little more glue just to overlap it, and I will choose another piece. And just choose the one without the additional bits and pieces. In the background you may hear some cartoons going, so just bear with me. Those are my kids enjoying the dinner now, and that's the 5 minutes I have to record something. You know, that's life in the busy house. Okay, I've got nice corner here. Just swoop those threads here. Yeah, like I said, be generous with this glue, just to make sure that that fabric will stick very nicely, and then you can go on top of as well. I'll just wipe this edge here a little bit. Okay, let's see what else I've got in my bucket. Yeah, I've got a lot. A lot to choose from, and you know, you can do it color coordinated. You may try to do a quilt design. You know, those are half square triangles, so easily could be used for some sort of design. I like abstraction, so I'm not so worried about how it will look, so I'll just go with whatever comes to my hand. You know, if you have a nice, or you have some sort of decor in your sewing space, then you can make it color coordinated with that. It will look nicely. So I'm using this technique for my Quilters diary, but you know, you possibly have some other binders with other stuff, and you can use that as well to decorate them. And you know, that would be also a great project to do with kids. You know, my kids sometimes come and join me when I'm sewing. They want to sew too. I've got a spare, very basic machine they use, and but I think they're a little bit too small for this type of project. But yeah, a little bit older kids, yeah, give them a folder and some scraps of fabric, and you can do some work together. Okay, so I will now carry on. I will just speed up this video in this moment, so you don't have to watch me doing it that's slow, and I will show you later what it looks like. So I will do this part, and then I will wait for it to dry before obviously I carry on, because I will need to wait for it to dry to put it on the other side. So I will carry on here and show you next stage. Right, so I finished first side, and I've also gone around the spine on this side, so when it dries I'll be able to turn it around and do the other side. Right, so I'll leave it to dry now, and then when it's absolutely dry I can do the other side, and then the last finish touch will be to put another layer on top of it all around. I think I will just add another small piece here. Just need a bit of leftover glue here. Let's get one last piece. And okay, this side is done, and I will show you the next step when it all dries. Right, so this is how it looks after overnight drying, and it's all nice and dry. It is a little bit rough at the edges here because obviously you've got all of those edges sticking out here, but we will still put a final coat on it. And no, it is fabric, there's no way you can make it flat like paper, so but I'm actually quite happy with how it looks. It really makes it original. So what I was looking forward to see how that edge will come up here, because obviously I want to open close the folder. So I do not know if you can, let me just check if you can see it very well. So this came out when I've opened it, and that's fine because it's still glue, you know, it's all glue stick, kind of glue stitched together, and it's holding to the shape. So as you open and close the folder, that will be absolutely fine. Even if you do like this, it's all fine. It's still keeping the shape, it doesn't go off anywhere, it's going to keep nicely. So what I will do now, I will put the fabric on the other side, and I will go again and wait overnight for it to dry, and then I will put another layer on all of it just to, you know, smooth it out if something have not kind of stick in with the first one, first round, then obviously that will now be caught up with that second layer. And what it also does is gives you a waterproof layer, which means you can, you know, wipe it off if it's dirty or something like that. You know, you can dust it off very easily, so it's quite nice product to have, that Mod Podge. It's very versatile product, and just check it out on Google or even on YouTube what else you can use it for, because it's really good glue. Just one tip about using the fabric for gluing. So when you have your bits and pieces you want to glue on the folder or anything else you'll be doing it for, just, you know, when you have those sticking out threads, let me see if I can show it better. So all my hands are with glue now, I just finished the other side. So when you have those sticking out threads around, just pull them before you glue it. It makes the kind of final product cleaner, instead of having all of those threads sticking out on your work. So just pull it, and then you can glue it on much better. So you make the triangle much neater. Those small ones you can leave, but all of those from the lengthwise, the longer one, just try to pull them out. Maybe just one random somewhere. It really makes quite a difference. I have not been doing it on the first side. It's kind of, it came to me on this side that, yeah, if I remove those, it will be easier to keep it nice and tidy when gluing them on. Okay, so this is the day 2 when it was drying overnight. Everything is nice and dry, holds very good. I've opened it again, it came off from the edges on this side. That's the one which came off yesterday already. This one seems like, no, it did bulge it a bit here, so I'm just thinking that once I've opened it a few times, it may actually open it up itself as well, but it doesn't matter, it still holds with the rest of the fabric, so it's all good. So now I will add the last layer of the Mod Podge, and I will use that matte one now. It's just the finish I'm after, so that's what I will use. Again, I will leave it to dry, and job done. it does look really nice and colorful, and you know, as a quilter, having fabric on the file folder for my quilting projects, it kind of looks very good. So I'll carry on and I will put a picture how it looks when it's finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, so please if you want to see some more examples of working with small scraps, big scraps and bigger scraps, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.